morning, welcome back to the channel. We are in Wayne National Forest here in southern Ohio. We're planning on doing the Hanging Rock Loop. This is half day hike, half recon mission for future adventures, so thought we would take you along. Looking around probably 12 miles or so today. Initially talked about coming down here yesterday and doing an overnight trip, but that didn't work out for a variety of circumstances. So we just decided to drive down this morning. It's just after 8 o'clock. Still a little brisk out. It's around 30 degrees, right around freezing. So Brian and Scott and I are gonna take in this trip. This is a multi-use trail for ATVs as well, and we're no ATVs out this time of year. Don't think it opens for ATVs for another few weeks, but thought we'd check it out, take you along for the adventure. All right, we're continuing along. We are about a little over 2 miles in. Just came down this hill behind us here. We're crossing this little bridge, the little creek, and then heading up that direction. You can see Scott and Brian up there probably. So far it hasn't been too bad. It's mainly been gravel. It's, this trail is designed for UTVs and whatnot, so it's nice and wide, and there's some ups and downs. So this is a bit of an up that we're starting up here now, but making decent time. We've been just over an hour, got about 2.6 miles, something like that, so we're not really pushing it too much. So we got around to this particular section. We've had some more lakes that have been, or ponds that have been down in the bottoms, and had a little change of scenery. Now we're in more of a pine hemlock area. This is where this other trail kind of breaks off. Apparently it's a good spot for a break too, at least according to these guys. So Powerline Trail heads, I believe, down that way, and Hanging Rock Trail continues on down that way. We did see a sign back there for fishing, it looked like, at one of those ponds or lakes or whatever you want to call them. But kind of nice little change in the types of trees and the scenery as we get up here on this next ridge. We took a small little jaunt down over the hill to have lunch here by this lake. There's a nice little island out there, although without our feet we'd probably get wet if we got to it. There's a sign up here that showed that this was a place where people could go fishing. And so there was a little trail that just a little spur trail off of the main trail down here. So we're heading back up. It's about a little afternoon now. We've got about 7.5 miles in. We figure somewhere between 4 and 5 miles to go to finish this out for the day. So we'll get back on the trail now, and plugging along. Temperature's warmed up, it's in the 50s now, so it's nice outside. Good to be out. Crossing that little bridge down there, we had a pretty substantial climb back up to the top. Between the temperature warming up and climbing, had to shed a layer or two. So got a little drink of water. We figure we got about 3.5 miles left to finish it out. This side has been a little bit more interesting. There's been more variability in the terrain. Go along the creeks and the little ponds, lakes type things, and trees have kind of varied a bit, so it's just been pretty good. Right now this is more of a gravel, almost sandy type of a trail, but you can see coming back down here with the ATV at some point, maybe not for an overnight, but at least for a day. It's not terribly far from home, so it'd be doable. But so far so good. Again, the weather just been beautiful compared to what we've had here recently. probably about a mile or so from finishing up, but there were several of these little ponds or lakes throughout the course of the trail today. Some were cleaner than others, some had easier access than others, but it did it had a little something interesting to look at, and that most of the trail kind of weaves in and out around them. There was a Lakeview trail that we passed earlier that went on the other side of some of the lakes or ponds. So we're continuing toward the car. We probably got, like I said, less than a mile, but making our way back. Overall, it's been a nice day. It's been enjoyable. No epic views or anything like that, but all in all, it's been good. Well, we made it back to the trailhead. Car's still here. That's always a bonus. Just it's about 25 after 2. We get a little over 13 miles, somewhere thereabouts. And so now we'll head back to the house. Maybe get a little snack on the way home. So, hope you've enjoyed following along with this loop. Probably better for ATVs than it is for hiking, but it was still an enjoyable day. So until next time, get outside.